Well, thank you. Thank you all. Thanks for the preamble. It's all wonderful to be present with you. So, welcome to the study of life and the nature of the laws of thought. The conception that we live in a spiritual universe, that God is in us, around us, and for us, and there is nothing against us. There's only one mind. One original life, which is the mind of all minds, the life of all life, the being of all beings. You know, the science of mind is the study of life and the nature of the laws of thought. That's what the science of mind is about, studying the nature of the laws of thought. It is the conception that we live in a spiritual universe, that God is in us, around us, and for us, and there is nothing against us. It is a correlation of the laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, and the revelation of religion applied to human need and the aspirations of humankind. Our additional reading is found in the Science of Mind on page 232 and 233. So in what way do we mean free when we say the truth will set you free? The truth that sets us free comes from a higher and more energetically refined perspective. Dr. Holmes says that it is necessary that we release all thoughts as well as all things that clutter up our lives. We are reminded that there is something resembling the divine in the intelligence and fearlessness of the organs of our body. In ways, they take that which is necessary to their sustenance and will and well-being, and release that which is not needed. It is the organs of the body followed the average. He said this: if the organs of the body followed their average tactics of man in his acquisitive habits, if the lungs hoarded the air they take in, if the heart kept the fresh blood stored within its walls, refusing to allow it to circulate, if the stomach retained the food taken in for nourishment, what a static condition we would have. But the very reverse is true. Such perfect assimilation, elimination, and circulation has never equaled man in anything he has ever invented. Think about that. This non-mechanical and yet mechanical, spiritually mechanical body that you and I have. Who made this? How did this come about? Why is this the way it is? Dr. Holmes says, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." That's a quote from the Bible. I continue. This is the promise we have all proven in a degree. Could we but comprehend the full significance of spiritual substance, we should be forever freed from all congestive thought, selfishness, greed, undue acquisitiveness, all of which have been called the waste products of the mind. Understanding this, it naturally flows. We should be freed from their effects. On page 232 and 233. You see, our thought is creative, not because we will it to be so, but because it already is so. That's the way it was made. We cannot change this nor escape from its effects in our lives. Our thought is creative. Whatever you say about yourself is a prediction of the experience to come in your life. This is a universal truth available to all. It's not exclusive. It is all inclusive. This truth is a higher, more refined universal truth, common to all. No one is left out. And the Bible quote says, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." You see, the theme for July is unchained spirituality. The topic today is the truth shall set you free. The truth can make you free. On page 232, it says, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Why do we stress that over and over and over? Because I know, and we know, that if we do not acknowledge that truth about ourselves, we do not feel truly free. We always feel like we have a limit, we have a restriction, we have some cap. We're not unlimited, which we are. We are unlimited. On page 57, Dr. Holmes says, "The truth is instantaneous in its demonstration." Now think about that. The truth is instantaneous in its demonstration, taking only its unfoldment as is inherent in the law of logical and sequential evolution. In other words, nothing happens prematurely, but it's still instantaneous. If it requires time to unfold, that time is necessary and stays in the process of the unfoldment. As we learn the truth will automatically free us. If we learn the truth frees us. When we know the truth, we're missing nothing. The divine plan is one of freedom. Bondage is not. God ordained. You'll find that on page 25, really early in the Science of Mind. He says, freedom is the birthright of every living soul. So why is it that so many people in the world do not feel that sense of freedom? That is because they don't know the truth about themselves. When you know the truth sets you free. It has been written that the truth shall make us free, provided we know the truth. That's on page 33. The knowledge of truth and its demonstration is both simultaneous and instantaneous. Now, if we don't believe that, we're still not free. We may know it in theory, but if we don't believe it, if we contradict it, or if we in some way feeling that that's too much for us to swallow, then we're not going to be nurtured by it. The knowledge of truth and its demonstration, both simultaneous and instantaneous, on page 86. Now listen to this on page 159. We shall often need to know that the truth which we announce is superior to the condition we are to change. Let me tell you something. That is so powerful. It deserves memorization if we have a problem memorizing it. I will say it again. We shall often need to know that the truth which we announce is superior to the condition we are to change. You have a condition in your life you'd like to change? That's the remedy. That's the prescription. Dr. Holmes says a practitioner works through the law of mind, definitely for someone else, definitely, not in a restricted way. He says we must know the truth produces freedom because truth is freedom. Suppose you really embodied these words. Suppose you really believed it. How much freedom would you experience? How much more freedom would come into your life? He talks about the patient, which we call the client. He says the patient must be receptive to the truth, then the truth will heal him. So, I say sometimes people can outpray you. That is what I mean. If a person is not receptive to the truth, it doesn't matter how much you try to push it down their throat, they are not going to benefit from what you are trying to do because they have personally rejected it. It has to be accepted. It has to be receptive. It has to resonate inside. Why? Because our minds control our lives. It doesn't matter how much theory you have. Whatever your mind is secretly, silently saying to you, that's what the body and your life begins to obey. That's why you become what you think about. Because the law of life, the law of cause and effect, the law of fulfillment, all of these different ways we talk about the same law, that law is waiting to be triggered by our thinking. So the more we think about something, the more the law fulfills it in our lives. That's why you become what you think about. What have you been thinking about you lately? Are you feeling like you're suppressed? Are you feeling like you're limited? Are you feeling like you don't deserve the best of the best? Well, guess what? The law says, okay, I will make that happen. Whatever you think a lot about, the law says, thank you, I'm going to work right now. I'm going to make it happen right away. The law is anxious to fulfill our desire. It's eager to obey because it has no choice. The patient must be receptive to the truth. Then the truth will heal him. The reason people do not get better results is that they do not understand that principle works independently. Principle works independently. That's on page 210. It works independently. In other words, it doesn't depend on anything else to make it work other than the information that you give it to work on. The truth demonstrates itself. Page 210 in the Science of Mind. Here are 11 statements that can enlighten the mind and heal the life. I have put together 11 statements. This truth we refer to is not variable in any shape or form. It is specific and definite, and it is totally free. This is the teachings of the most godlike man who ever lived, and that's Jesus. Dr. Holmes says, be specific in treating, in praying, be direct and definite in your mental work. You are dealing with intelligence, so deal with it intelligently. We must see the patient, the client, as perfect. We must see the situation as perfect, must recognize the word as power, must know that it breaks down every man-made law and casts it out. This is the law of harmony and the recognition of the presence of good. That within itself is unbounded and equipped with the power to execute itself, and we must know that it does. It must know that there is nothing that can change it, that there is no belief which can hinder it, that it cannot be reversed, misplaced, misled, neutralized, or destroyed by any opposing force, that it does the thing it is supposed to do, and it must know that it is continuous and unremitting, and will operate until it does all it's supposed to do. Page 211 to 212. Jesus said, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. You know what? That's true about you too. Isaiah said, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. End of quote. In every case, knowing the truth when spoken, there is a positive result. There's only one original mind, one original life, which is the mind of all minds, the life of all life, the being of all beings. God called forth the universe into being, the Bible says. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word becomes flesh and dwells with us. That says that when we speak a word, that word becomes an experience in our life. That's how it lives with us. That's how it dwells with us. It becomes an experience. In other words, every time we say something about ourselves, what we are doing is predicting the future experiences we may have. When we speak about ourselves, excuse me, when you speak about yourself, you are prophesying your experience to come. When you say, I am, that's the handle, the most powerful handle to the next few words that follow. I am. You know, the very best you can do for yourself, your happiness, your peace, your joy in life, is to speak into your life yourself, your relationship to your everlasting, ever-loving Creator. That's knowing the truth. When you know that, you know the truth, and that truth shall make you free. When you know the truth, it'll set you free. Free of fear, free of worry, free of sickness, free of wanting, free of loneliness, free of neediness, free of lack. Wow. You must know there is an ever-present divine love around you. That's the truth. When you know that, it sets you free. There is something around you that's divine love inside of you in your life that is never absent. Can you accept that for yourself? I saw two heads nodding yes. Where are the rest of you? Oh, good. Heads are nodding. Oh, nice. Heads are nodding. I'll say it again then. There is an ever-present divine love around you, inside of you, in your life, that is never absent. You will begin to feel and know true love, true contentment, true peace, true aliveness, genuine purpose, truly divine. That's the promise of the result of knowing the truth. People who are taking more time to think of a happier life are on the right track. More love is shared. More energy is put into a world that works for everyone. More feelings of peaceful moments that lead to goodness. More thinking toward the greater good. More understanding of the truth that sets us free. More conversations that are in heaven are occupying human attention. More kindness is shared among people. More peace is given room in the hearts and minds of humanity. More peaceful thoughts are given prominence in the planning and sharing of time on planet Earth. Planet Earth is a happy and joyful place in which to live. Should I repeat those mores for you again? Yes, somebody wants to hear it. Okay. People who are taking more time to think of a happier life receive a happier life. More love is shared. More energy is put into a world that works for everyone. More feelings of peace, peaceful moment that leads to goodness. More thinking toward the greater good. More understanding of the truth that sets all people free. More conversations that are in heaven are occupying human attention. More kindness is shared among people. More peace is given room in the hearts and minds of humanity. More peaceful thoughts are given prominence in the planning and sharing of time on planet Earth. Planet Earth is a happy and joyful place in which to live. Peace and blessings to everyone. I love you all. Namaste. People who are taking more time to think of a happier life, more love is shared. More energy is put into a world that works for everyone. More feelings of peaceful moments that lead to goodness. More thinking toward the greater good. More understanding of the truth that sets us all free. More conversations that are in heaven are occupying the human attention. More kindness is shared among more people. More peace is given room in the hearts and minds of humanity. More peaceful thoughts are given prominence in the planning and sharing of time on planet Earth. Planet Earth is a happy and joyful place in which to live. And so it is. Prayer. Close your eyes and allow a sense of peace to fill your inner being. And I am going to speak in the first person. I invite you to let my words be your words so that you can repeat it to yourself. Let us begin. I know there is only one life, and that life is God. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. God is absolute perfection. And I am made in the image and likeness of God. I'm an individuation of God, a microcosm of God. And in my microcosm uniqueness, I express my specialty that God gave me. I know this is true for every one of us. Since there are no duplicates, there are simply individual creations, uniqueness and specialness. So I declare that each of us now can come to a realization of our specialness. And we do not need to copy or to create duplicates of ourselves. We simply need a full expression of our uniqueness. So I declare for all of us a uniqueness in expression. I also declare that if there's anything in our physical body that is out of alignment with that wholeness, that dissidence is removed and our body is returned to its wholeness. The vitality and strength of well-being is experienced by everyone. That everyone here finds inner guidance to bring them to their highest expression of love. I declare that we, this week, this very moment, have begun a new, more enlightened approach to living in this thing called life on planet Earth. I am so grateful for the power of the word So thankful for the time that we've been together. I cannot utter enough gratitude, but I know that it is all good and very good. And so it is. Amen. Thank you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Let this be the springboard for your new launch into life with love and light and power and clarity. Launch into life. God bless you. I love you. Thank you.